Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct, Gabb and Bree here another week talking about sports. I had a really wild weekend. I'll save that for later. Bree, I'm sure you had a great time this weekend too, and we'll save that one for
Could have
later.
been a little bit better, but
Could have been a little bit better. We'll get into that. But before we do that, we have a guest for you guys, a TikTok sensation, member of the Cleveland Browns, Isaac Rochell. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us.
Of
How's it
course,
going
I'm hyped to be
today
here.
in Cleveland, Ohio?
Can you say that one more time?
Let's
sorry. I
see.
think I said something when you were.
Oh, I said, how's it going today in Cleveland, Ohio for you?
It's nice. I'm glad the rain stopped. You know, Cleveland's weather is like ridiculously unpredictable. It's like when I landed the sign, it was snowing. Now it's like 80 and rainy. Like it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is something. But like, how are you liking Cleveland so far as the city in total?
Yeah, no, Cleveland's low key like kind of slept on. I feel like Cleveland natives say that all the time, but I've been super
she tells me that
surprised by
all the time, and I
food.
don't believe her. Is it actually true?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I definitely thought Cleveland was gonna be the same way Joakim Noah described it. I'm like, I
No
don't know. We'll
way.
see. No, but I came and it really like Cleveland has been showing out. It's been a good vibe.
Yeah, the food scene is good, I think. The food scene and the nightlife are very underrated, and I don't think people know that.
I haven't really had a chance to step out like that and enjoy the nightlife, but I will say the food scene is definitely on point. I've been surprised, pleasantly surprised.
What kind of places have you been to that you like so far?
So I'm big into Asian food. I don't know what you guys like, but Asian food is like that's where I get excited. So I went to Ginkgo. It's a sushi spot. Have you guys been there?
No, I've not been there.
Fire.
She's
I've never
been
been to Cleveland.
so.
I'm going for the first time
Right.
this fall for the Patriots game. So,
Okay.
but like, give me all the recs of everything you like, and I will write it down and try everything because I'm a big foodie too. So
Totally.
this is good info to
Yeah,
have.
so Ginkgo, it's a sushi spot. It's fire. And then there's this place, I can't pronounce it, which is probably a good thing, but it's a ramen place. And it is absolutely fire.
Okay.
Those are like my two favorite types of food. So, you know, the fact that Cleveland had those, your boy was hype.
You should check out Ninja City. It's really, really, really good.
Is that it's a restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, Ninja City is sushi?
There's sushi. It's like more like a modern Asian restaurant. The stuff that they have is really good.
Okay, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I want to keep deep diving in the Cleveland food scene, but you know, we only have so much time.
Yeah, you're right. So you're in Cleveland, Ohio. How's the scene like in the locker room? You get to work with Myles Garrett every day.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be intimidated.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
it's
the
probably
dude's
like sick.
he's a machine, no doubt. He's a machine. He hasn't been there the whole time we've had OTAs. Obviously, they're optional, so not everybody
Right.
goes. But the time that he has been there, I mean, he's super impressive. Honestly, like, you know, you start to see these different guys in the NFL, and you start to realize how like physically gifted these guys are. I mean, all of us, myself, everybody who plays, but him in particular, the dude is a specimen. But you know, the locker room's been great. The guys are great. Every team's got a good locker room. I mean, like everybody's nice, right? But there's definitely a vibe from team to team, and that energy matters. What the vibe and the energy is that really makes a difference. And the Browns have good energy, so I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we love.
How's Chase Winovich acclimating? He's a former Patriot, one of my guys, and now he's over on Gabb's side of things. How's he doing?
He's a beast. I actually just went to Miami with Chase, and I got to
Did
know
you?
him. I mean, yeah, I knew Chase, obviously, because we're teammates, but you get to know somebody a little different when you go down to Miami with them and hang out with them for a weekend. So, you know, it was definitely super fun getting to know him, but I think he's loving it too. Again, like Cleveland slept on. I think he's feeling that.
Well, he's one of the few people not from New Hampshire that actually loves New Hampshire. And as a New Englander, that's like kind of a rare thing. If you have no ties to New Hampshire, you don't really necessarily have those feelings towards it. So it makes sense that he's the type of guy that like would love a place that maybe not everybody loves or not everybody really knows about, like a hidden gem kind of thing. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I know absolutely nothing about New Hampshire. Where's and this might be a dumb question, but where's Nantucket?
Nantucket is an island off of Massachusetts. Do you know Cape Cod? Do you know where Cape
know,
Cod
like
is?
the
Like the little
chips,
fish
like
hook
the
off of
Yeah.
kettle cooked
Massachusetts.
chips.
It's an island off of the Cape.
Because I know he went back to Nantucket like 2 weekends ago, and so he loves that area of the country.
Yeah, it's pretty nice if I do say so myself. But yeah, it's New Hampshire is a little on the iffier side, I guess. Like I said, if you're not from there, have no ties, you don't necessarily go/love it as much as he does. So, but he definitely was a fan favorite here, so it's good to hear that he's doing well out in the Midwest.
Yeah, he's a beast. Great guy, and he's gonna be a great player.
Yeah, and a haircut too. Odd.
He did get a haircut.
Yeah, it's so strange.
New year, new chase. Yeah, it's kind of crazy
Right.
because he had like he had the hair going, like it was a vibe for sure. So I was,
Yeah.
Whatever, to each their own.
Right,
I don't know.
to each their own. Now let's talk to someone just hit a home run, so that's fine because I can hear it from the stadium. Every time that happens, I get excited. No, actually, they won. They won the game. The baseball team won the game. Have you been to a baseball game yet?
No, that's crazy. You can hear the home, like
Yeah, I
you
can like
hear
see
people
the stadium.
cheering?
I don't hear them cheering, but like I can see the stadium out my window, and then when they hit a home run, I hear the fireworks. So I'm watching it. It's like delayed. And I'm like, oh, home run.
That's kind of
So.
cool. No, I haven't been to a Guardians game. I want to go. I've just been kind of lazy. Like that's the biggest issue. I'm just like being lazy. But yeah, I definitely need to go to a game.
No, I respect that because if I wasn't in walking distance, I would not be there. So
Yeah,
Gabb
I've
has said some things about this baseball team and the stadium and everything that if she wasn't so close, like I don't think she would ever go.
right.
Oh
But
wow.
I love them. No, I really like them, but they just make me
She
mad
does.
sometimes.
She does. She just they have like a love-hate relationship in the
Yeah,
last
we
like
do.
couple of months. So
Is
They
this
really do.
is this a bandwagon fan situation?
What? No,
I don't know.
would never bandwagon them. I would never. I cheer for them every single day, even when I shouldn't. So
it's
All
just
right.
like they make her mad. And
I literally went to
sometimes
Baltimore to watch them. That's a true fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're ride or die then.
Yeah. See, exactly.
If you go to Baltimore to watch baseball, you're a ride or die fan.
Yeah, that's
No doubt.
Right.
Yeah, and it was a good time. So we want to talk to you about your TikTok journey because I feel like we all have that one moment in our social media careers where we're like, oh wow, like this is really something. Like I could actually do something with this. Did you
Right.
have like one moment when you guys were like starting to do this? You're like, oh yeah, this could be something.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, I didn't necessarily have that moment. Like for me, it's been kind of a steady grind
Mhm.
on TikTok. Like early in TikTok, people would literally post videos of random stuff, it'd go viral, and they'd get 500,000 followers. I kind
Right.
of jumped on the wave a little after that, like after people were just blowing up overnight. And so it's really actually caused me in a good way to figure out, what it means to brand myself personally. What will people resonate with? What will people like? And I feel like it's forced out better content. But I think the first time, to answer your question, that I actually was like, okay, this might be a thing is I posted like a nighttime routine for an NFL player, got tons of views. I did get a bunch of followers from it. And I was like you're saying, like, it was like, all right, this could actually be a thing. I think people are really intrigued by the behind the scenes of the NFL and like what goes on outside of, the 60 minutes in a football game. And I just kind of ran with it. And it's been really cool. I mean, TikTok is insane. Like it can be life changing really if you take advantage of it. So it's been a cool little journey.
Yeah, I think people really enjoy that perspective because you don't really get to see that often because most
Right.
players, which like respectfully, they
Yeah.
keep everything to themselves. It's not really open and shared. And I think a lot of people enjoy seeing what goes on behind the scenes. And it makes
Yeah.
it more
But
like
that's
personal.
also like it's also like that's also the side of it that I think as fans of the sport and as fans of you guys as the players and stuff, we want to know what your life is like away from football because we see you as a football player, but like you you guys are also obviously humans too. We want to know like the human side of that. And I think TikTok especially, and then with all these players having podcasts, like in the NBA, like Draymond having a podcast, like I would like to know his perspective after games as a player itself, not just like talking heads like us just sitting here talking about it. So it's cool that like the new way that the media has allowed you guys to have that voice and share your perspectives from the human standpoint is really cool. And I think as fans, it's like, oh, like this is awesome. Like seeing Tom Brady in his underwear yesterday, what the hell?
His TikToks are ridiculous.
That's something you never would have expected before.
Right. He's kind of a beast, but you're right. Like, I think people are like falling in love with the human athlete. Like they're falling in love with the guy who's
right.
obviously like at the top of his sport, maybe like literally the best in his sport, and they're human because it's like very relatable. I think like you guys mentioned it, there's something to be said for being private and having like that mysterious factor. You see guys like AB who are great at having a little bit of mystery. Like where is he moving? But he's a beast at that, right? But I think there's the other type of athlete, which is like the vulnerable, I'm going to be human athlete that people also love. So, I mean, you're exactly right. Like just being real. But Tom Brady, he's like, I try to tell dudes, I'm like, this man Tom Brady's the best to ever play, and he's like randomly on point with his TikTok game.
They're really so funny.
He's good at it.
It's so crazy. It's nuts that like I've been a Patriots fan my entire life, and now just all of a sudden he's kind of like, I don't know if it's because he's gotten away from the Patriot culture where it's like, all right, keep everything in house, like social media is like not welcome here and whatever, but he is just like on another level of just like every single day churning out good stuff.
Josh Allen chunky on live TV, like he doesn't care anymore.
He doesn't. I mean, literally, he is like, the best of all time. Like he
knows, so he can do whatever he wants. Also, I like that TikTok is giving the defense a chance to shine. You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like defense players are underrated. They don't get the same love as the offense.
I agree.
As a wide receiver, right? Like Odell could just post a video of himself, and that will just be enough.
Yeah, he could literally just hit one of those, and then
and then it's viral.
Yeah,
22 million views.
But I mean, you guys, you're bringing up a good point. Like, it gives guys a chance to brand themselves. Literally today in the locker room, I'm telling dudes, like, because it comes up in conversation. They're like, oh, yeah, bro, I saw your TikTok. And I'm like, bro, forget my TikTok. Like, you get on TikTok.
Yours.
Yeah, like, bro, just start making content. Like, there's a side of you that.
That's the thing, too, not to cut you off, but, like, you guys didn't get the benefit of the NIL stuff when you guys were in school. So now
it's your chance.
TikTok is like a cash cow. You can brands will send you stuff and say, hey, we'll pay you X, Y, and Z for one video to promote this. And it's like, yeah, you may have missed out on what the college atmosphere is like now with all these deals, but you have every opportunity with this. So, I mean, why not? Like you said, why aren't you doing this?
It also takes a lot of confidence to post yourself out there too.
Right. No, you're totally right. And it's like, the thing is, like, there's like, what, 1 billion users on TikTok? What I tell people is, if you're an athlete and you're true to yourself with your content, like, there's going to be a group of people who are going to like your content. There's enough bodies out there watching their phones for you to like vibe with somebody. But I mean, I think like maybe it's a confidence thing. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but guys are really like apprehensive about getting on the app. I mean, whatever. I'll just continue to do my thing and try to convince them.
Right. If you could collab with like any athlete on a TikTok, who would you pick?
If I could collab with any athlete, oh, wow. I mean, I feel like because we're talking about Tom Brady and he's literally a beast and he's the best football player of all time, Tom Brady. But I'm going to say Logan Paul, honestly, or Jake Paul, because
that's very Cleveland. You know, that's very Cleveland of you.
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm like, who's famous and who's an athlete? Like the Paul brothers. Like,
I mean, they are athletes, yeah.
Yeah, easy money. Let's collab. I'll fight them. Whatever we need to do.
Well, like they just had a fight. They just had a fight here.
You're walking down a dangerous path.
They had a fight in the Cavs arena.
Really?
Like in August last year. Yeah, it was kind of cool.
I don't know. Like, I don't know their measurables. Like, I wonder how it actually do in a fight against them. I mean, they're solid.
I mean, they would
I
probably
don't-
pay you
I
off
have
to
no
like
idea.
fake lose. So like, as long as you get some kind of money,
They can
that's
knock me
fine.
out if the price is right. Come
Right,
on.
like we all have a price for that. So
Yeah, no, probably them though. I mean, why not? They're beasts.
Yeah, and
okay,
they're
and
they're like where it's at too when it comes to like the TikTok rise to fame and stuff. Those are the guys. So that
I mean,
the
I'm
OG.
sure they would
Go
love to
ahead.
do it. Like you just say, "Hey, I play for the Browns." They're like, "Oh, we're from Cleveland." They would say,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
To be honest with you, I didn't even know they were from Cleveland.
They love Cleveland.
That's
They
disrespectful.
go to a lot of Browns games.
I'm gonna have to pull up and be like, "What's up?" I kind of like suggested fighting you guys,
So maybe let's try. Yeah.
so maybe let's
Like
do it in a Cavs
after
arena.
this, you make a TikTok that says, "I'm using this video to reach out to Logan Paul, Jake Paul, whichever one wants to fight me. Pull up."
Wow. I mean, that's just straight poking the bear.
I mean, what could go wrong?
Like you said though, if the price is right,
right.
the price is right, go ahead.
Absolutely, if the price is right.
And then
Yeah.
I
That
have
scares
one
me.
other
They
thing
scare
for
me.
you. When I ask everybody this question, if you were in a fight, which teammate would you want to have your back and why?
I mean, if we're just going pure, like the intangibles, like, just the straight up height, weight. I mean, we just talked about it. This man
Right,
Miles
like
is
you
a
have to pick him.
specimen. He is a specimen. I would probably take him. Grit. I've had some gritty teammates. There's a number of guys. I'll just go straight, the measurables. I'm definitely going with this man Miles. Dude is massive.
Yeah, he definitely can do some damage.
I think
Okay, and
Absolutely.
out of all the Browns players that we've had on the show, like I think that's every single one of them has said the same
no,
exact thing, so.
not Greg. Not Greg.
Who
Who'd
did
Greg
Greg
say?
say?
He said he was gonna pick Dimitric because they're bros and he has his back. And I'm like, you guys are both gonna get
Boy's about
Oh,
to get. He's about
That's
to get
right.
tore up.
That's right.
right. They're about to lost
Yeah,
cause
he's got
with
no
that one.
chance.
Greg was on here talking all kinds of crazy stuff, though. He was saying that the Patriots cheat and they have the refs
The
in their
refs
pockets and stuff.
I mean,
Man,
there's a
he was-
history there. There's a
No,
history there.
come on.
So there's not a history there.
I mean, I plead the fifth.
No, I don't think like paying off the refs. Like I'm not gonna say the
No,
cheating
nobody's
part
doing
in
that.
general, but the refs
I've
part.
seen what
he
I
said
needed
that
to
my
see.
face was like, I was like, no way, did this man just say this?
No, they're definitely not paying off refs. Nobody's paying off refs, but that's funny that he was saying that.
If there's one team you
Yeah.
could look forward to playing this season, who would it be? Like, where would it be? What game?
We play the Chargers this year, and I'm kind of
Yes.
excited about that. I mean, I spent 4 seasons with the Chargers. I still know a ton of guys on the Chargers, and they have a great roster. I mean, it'll be a really fun game. I guess I should say like a division rival or something. I mean, all those games matter, but I am super hyped to play the Chargers.
Have you ever played in Pittsburgh?
Is that
Yeah, a couple times.
Is that game out here this year?
The Chargers game?
Yeah, is that out here in LA?
I think, or no, it's out here in Cleveland,
I think it's here.
think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, which kind of sucks for them. I don't know what time of year it is, but that'll
think
humble
it's-
you real quick when you get off
I
that
don't
plane.
think it's like gonna be snowing or raining or hailing or windy.
I don't trust
So I like-
Cleveland.
Frigid.
It's not gonna be the best, I'll tell you that. They need to build a dome.
We're acting like it didn't snow in May.
I don't think anyone's acting like it didn't.
Like, I don't trust Cleveland at all.
Well, it's sunny now and it was raining like 10 minutes ago, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the lighting has changed sitting in front of this window just in this little conversation. That's how crazy Cleveland weather is.
No thanks.
Okay, Bree, do you have
Um,
anything else before our final send-off?
I believe. Oh, let's talk about college football. Notre Dame guy, right?
Yes.
Okay, so growing up, Brady Quinn was my guy, so I have a little bit of ties
See,
to
now that
Notre
hurts
Dame.
me.
Okay.
I
That hurts me
used to-
too.
I used to love that man. It's a Brady thing. It's just like the name that
He's a
yes, I don't
stud.
know.
He's a stud.
What do you think? Because, last year people were saying with the whole playoff thing that they're not, playing anybody in a division or whatever. What do you think they are? They going to go back to the Big East? What are they going to do there?
So, no, I don't. And I don't think they should.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I always say this. Notre Dame, people hate on Notre Dame's schedule. They say all these things about who they're playing and whatnot.
Yep.
Notre Dame, everybody wants to play Notre Dame. So we're making our schedules 5 to 10 years out, really 10 years out. And we're scheduling the teams that we're going to play based on who's performing well and who historically will perform well. So, like, you look at last year, we played Florida State. Who's supposed to know that Florida State's supposed to be, like, they were not good. Like, nobody's supposed to think that when we're scheduling these teams. So I think Notre Dame should keep doing what they're doing. They should schedule teams like they've been doing that are supposed to be really good. And really, you just hope that everybody's performing the way they should and you have a great strength of schedule. But with, like, all the TV contracts, the way recruiting works with Notre Dame, it just doesn't make sense for them to join a conference. But I get the argument, but it just doesn't make sense.
So if they were to join a conference, what do you think would be like the ideal situation? Because obviously it wouldn't be the SEC, obviously, but you can go to the ACC and deal with Clemson. Boston College has looked pretty good the last year or so. Like, what would be the dream scenario if that were to happen?
Yeah, I think it's tough because I think, like, Notre Dame would probably join a conference based on recruiting. Like, they would probably join the ACC because they're going to get Midwest recruits regardless, and then they can play in those states that are, like, more in the Southeast. But I think naturally they fit better in the Big Ten.
Oh.
I think it's just Big Ten brand football.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
They would do well in the Big Ten.
I think they would. I just think it would be crazy.
It would be crazy. Your games would be crazy. The
Against
revenues,
Ohio State, Michigan, yeah, that would be
Yeah.
be
That would
pretty
be
good
awesome
to watch.
But it's like, okay, so again, you have to think about if I'm the AD and I got to decide where we're joining. I'm like, do I prioritize recruiting and join the ACC where I'm probably going to get better recruits? I'm going to have a top 5 recruiting class. Or do I join the Big Ten where you're obviously going to have crazy games every single year? You're going to be making great money off of, like, these huge big-time classic grunt matches. So I don't know. I think my vote would be, hey, go to the Big Ten because those games would be crazy. But like I said, there's the recruiting piece.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I live with an anti-Notre Dame college football guy because of the fact that his claim is their schedule's so easy and blah, 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 blah. So this is an interesting little tidbit because I do think it would just be a better product for college football in general if they joined a conference. And I think the Big Ten would be really cool just to tie in all that.
I would love
Midwest
to see Ohio
football,
State
that
fans complain. I would love that.
ground
honestly.
and pound and
They
everything.
would.
Yeah, they would.
And those
they
games,
would.
those games would be so fun.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Like, you look at it, like, we play USC and Stanford every year. Like, I think those are really cool games that we wouldn't be able to do otherwise. And again, those are two teams that should be good every single year. They're not always good. And really in the last few years, like, you've had some ups and downs, but, you know, I like those types of games for Notre Dame. But I understand the strength of schedule thing because the last couple of years we've had good colleges that have been underperforming, and so it looks that way. But I don't know. We'll see what Notre Dame does. They might have to make a decision here pretty soon when the NBC contract ends.
We'll see. I don't know. I think a game at the Big House every single year would be really fun. So hopefully they're watching. Whoever's in charge of making those decisions. If you're watching, we say that's what you should do. So
I couldn't imagine that every single year. Like, that would be
insane.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And like you guys were saying, like the Ohio State game, that would be like crazy.
That would make
every
my
year.
day.
Yeah.
We play them next year though.
And you're gonna win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of crying on the timeline.
We'll see what happens with Notre Dame this year though. New coach, lost a lot of good guys. It might be an interesting year.
At the time when the former coach left and went elsewhere, we kind of dug into that a little bit. Before we let you go, what are your thoughts on that whole situation? Because it seems like his first couple weeks down in Louisiana were a little questionable.
Scripted,
maybe the accent. He's
the family.
He's from Boston. Like you don't have a Southern accent.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about that. I think it was clearly a fake accent. But I don't, he had a good run at Notre Dame. Like Notre Dame for the 10 years or so that he was there, he did very well. His record shows. I do think that it is good for Notre Dame to have a change. I think, he even said that, right? Like everybody was kind of at the point, himself included, where like we were comfortable with the change. I think everybody's super excited about this new guy. Like everybody's excited about Coach Freeman. I'm talking about the players. Yeah. Like the players at Notre Dame are hype about it. And there's something to be said for your team's buy-in. But Coach Kelly is going into dangerous territory in Louisiana.
Yeah.
But I think if he can do what he's historically done, he'll be fine. But they just fired Ed O after a year and a half after having a top 5 college football team of all time. They fired him. So again, it's not for the
sports fans are crazy.
It's a tough business too. That's
ruthless.
Down there. You have one bad year and they're like, yeah, all right, get the hell out of here.
You saw what they did to Eli Apple at their Mardi Gras parade. So
they're built different. He's also got $100 million contract though, so LSU's not going to be able. They have the money to. A lot of these major colleges do, but that's a tough fire if it comes to that point. You're going to owe somebody a whole lot of money.
Right. You know what? Good for him for getting that bag and whatever, but it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't go, I guess, as well as they had hoped, just based off of his first month or so down there. It seemed like everybody was kind of like, oh, okay, like, so this is the guy we're getting. Coaching, obviously he's a great coach and whatever, and he did a lot of good things at your alma mater, but like, we'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, we'll keep track of that one. Okay, last thing before we let you go. Celtics or Warriors, who's winning?
I'm betting on Horford. Like I said before we started this, I'm betting on my man Horford having a strong back end of this series. I feel like he's going to hit his stride. I was a Horford fan when he was in Atlanta. That's where I'm from. And, I feel like he's got it. And the boy went off in the first game. He's just got to do it a few more times.
So you're a Hawks fan?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay.
But I'm like low-key a Lakers guy. I was a huge Kobe fan. But I'm just like, because he was in my home turf, he's got that in him. He's got that dog for the back end of the series.
And he's going to steal that final trophy, MVP trophy from Steph Curry.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Okay, well, that's all we have for you, and we really appreciate you coming on and chatting with us.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so have a good evening, and we'll send all these clips out and boost your TikTok fame.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right, Isaac, thank you so much.
See ya.
I need some energy juice. Wow. Sorry. I needed that.
He said Celtics.
I said Celtics last time too. I'm not changing.
He didn't directly say it, but
he did. He said Al Horford MVP, so that means that means Celtics.
Okay.
That means Celtics.
I just I'm at the point, I know that they split the series and now we're finally going to get into this basketball talk that I've been itching to talk about the last couple of days. I know they split the series and everything, but there is something about that loss the other night that doesn't make me feel all that great. And I'm saying this as somebody.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, and I'm saying this as somebody that's still I'm still saying Celtics in 6, but as we said in our call this morning, it feels like a 7-game series. Hate that. I don't understand what their problems are in the third quarter. And in contrast, I don't understand how the Warriors just go on and have like these miraculous third quarters where no matter how poorly or well they played in the first half, like it doesn't matter because this third quarter is going to come back and it's going to save their ass. Like if the Celtics had just an ounce of that, they'd be fine. They'd be up 2-0 right now. And, there's a little bit of officiating talk in that too.
I know what it's like to play them, and it just sucks. It really sucks. And it's because they're just going to make a million threes in your face every single game. And you can't do anything to stop it. And they're just going to talk. Draymond's going to go on it. I like Draymond. But he's going to go on his podcast. He's going to say some shit. And it's just annoying. It's annoying for the other team every time.
No, listen, I'm fine with them like hitting all those threes because obviously
that's what they do.
I mean, it's the Splash Brothers. Like, yeah, it's what they
They've
do. And I'm fine with them doing that.
I'm tired of it.
It's so annoying. I'm fine with them doing that if like the defense plays well and it's like one of those things where like you couldn't have defended that any better. And like it's obviously gonna go in, but like you at least like tried. But then Steph gets these open looks where like I don't understand. I don't know if, the assignment was wrong. Somebody didn't switch when they were supposed to, or it's just wide open. And it's like, you can't let that happen. You obviously know even if he's not open, he's going to take that shot. But if he's wide open, he's going to take it. He's 99% going to make it. Like, you can't let that happen. And then you've got Draymond running around like he's a left tackle blocking for guys. Like, something's got to be done.
Surprised about that?
Tomorrow.
No. Will there be a fist fight in this game? Who's to say?
Like, Grant Williams got called for a foul when he got tackled. He didn't even make any form of contact where he could have been fouled. Like, I don't understand. And I'm going to be the fan that's really annoying when it comes to officiating, but I'm going to do it because the first half of game 2 warranted it. What the hell? Like, I understand.
You can say it. You can't get fined, so you can say it.
I can't get fined, which is the beauty of it. But like, what the hell? Zach Zarba, Tony Brothers specifically.
Like,
the foul on Jaylen Brown going up, I believe it was Gary Payton II. No contact whatsoever, called a foul. This Grant Williams getting tackled and manhandled by Draymond Green, foul on Grant. Okay, that makes sense. What else? Marcus Smart gets plowed over by Draymond Green to the point where Draymond like literally is like, for lack of a better term, like humping his head to get him to stay on the ground so he doesn't get up. And like nothing.
The shorts
Kevon Looney. Draymond tries to pull Jaylen Brown.
What's the short thing? What's the shorts? What's with the shorts? I saw a tweet. I didn't know if that was real or not. He tried to really take his pants off.
It was 1,000% real. Like
why would you think that's what to do? Take someone's pants off in the game? Stop it.
The whole sequence is just nuts. So he fouls Jaylen Brown on that 3 and lays on the ground with his feet literally on Jaylen's head. And Jaylen obviously is like, get the hell off of me. So he throws his feet off of him. And first of all, he got called for the foul, which was right. They were reviewing it to see if there was like any unnecessary action, which there was. And you had the announcers, I think it was Van Gundy that said, the right call here would be double technical, which would eject Draymond Green. And now it's the finals and I don't want anybody to be ejected just because like if my team's going to win, I want them to win, fair and square. Everybody's healthy, everybody's playing,
right?
Whatever. But that very well could have been an ejection because he already had one tech for running his mouth and whatever. And they had the officiating specialist, I think his name's Javi, I think it's Steve Javi or whatever. They had him on and he flat out said like, Draymond already has a technical, so they're going to really, really look at this and be careful because they don't want to eject him unless like he really deserved it. And it was one of those things where like he maybe not really deserved it, but he deserved it.
He deserved it, yeah.
And for him to just like blatantly say that like they're not gonna, he's a key player, they're not gonna change the flow of the game and like eject him if they don't think it was like egregious. Like you're flat out saying that it's like fixed. Like I mean, we all know the NBA is, and their officiating
pretty selective.
is a little
The word
sus,
again, selective.
But
so yeah, it's just annoying to play them. I mean, I like Steph Curry, but like the team is annoying as hell.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I really like Steph. I always have. Like I have very fond memories of that Davidson run when he was in college, and it's like watching him now. Like I want to hate him so bad. It's kind of like the Giannis effect when they played the Bucks, but like not as bad because like I genuinely like Steph, but
it's like how I feel about Joe Burrow.
Dangerously close.
It's like how I feel about Joe Burrow.
I'm getting so close to being like, man, F this guy. I want nothing to do with him, which sucks. But all of that nonsense being said, I still think the Celtics can and will win this series. But the only asterisk to that is like they have to do it themselves. They can't rely on the Warriors making mistakes, and they can't rely on getting bailed out by the refs because we obviously saw that that's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
And they need to limit the mistakes themselves. Like the turnover factor of this entire thing is massive. The points on turnovers that the Warriors had in game 2, and you look back in the Bucks series, you look back in the Miami series, like it's the same thing. This has been the running theme these entire playoffs for this basketball team. You limit the turnovers and you're playing with house money, basically. Like you are in charge of the flow of this game. They have yet to do that. So let's see, maybe tomorrow night. Yeah. But I don't know.
Speaking of tomorrow night, we have some free money again for you guys.
Again. Yeah. And the last time we did this, we had over 100 people enter, which was pretty cool to see. So
Bree, you won some money last time.
Yeah, I did. I won $8.75.
You won some money last time.
Yep, I came. I believe I ended up coming in
second,
third place.
Yeah,
I think I was third, tied with like 4 or 5 people. But yeah, I won some money, it didn't cost me anything to enter. So if you are watching and you want to know how I won this money, hello, we do free plays. You build your own roster. It's the top 15 win money. First prize, I think, is like $30 if you win it yourself and you're not, tied with anybody and whatever. But yeah, it was really cool that I entered this. I entered my own contest in it for free.
And you won.
Walked out.
And you won it.
Nearly $9 richer. That's what paid for my coffees the next couple of days. So
look out for the tweet. We'll post it. I'll probably post it tonight, and then just share it a little bit more tomorrow. Tell your friends, tell everybody you know. Free money.
Yeah, and there have been questions. I think the first time we did this from people that don't live in sports betting states. That doesn't matter. You can do this in any state that you live in. Just the states, though. I don't think Canada can do this yet. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you guys can't sports bet. You can play free daily fantasy. So get on this. It's very fun. It makes the games a little bit more fun to watch too, because you've got this aspect into it. So
I have one NBA thing to bring up. Not that related. I don't know if you saw it before we move on to anything else. Miles Bridges. Did you see him? You see what he did? Oh, he's such an idiot. He put a little cup. It was like a styrofoam cup, and it was like a light purple color. And like in the photo, you can see a little tiny joint peeping out the back. Oh. He posted it on his Instagram story. Deleted it. Obviously, everybody saw it. It's on Twitter. Tweets pink lemonade with a side of weed.
Sir.
With a side of joint. It was really funny though.
Pink lemonade is not purple, first of all.
But like honestly, I respect the tweet. Like I think it's actually hilarious.
Listen,
pink lemonade.
If you can backtrack like that and get at least one person to believe you, that's all you need.
It doesn't matter.
That's it. That's all you need.
Honestly, at least he was getting some publicity from it. Free PR.
Dummy. Hey, You know what? Bad press is good press, or whatever the hell.
And everyone's like,
they
oh, he's going to
say.
get suspended. He's going to get in trouble. I don't think they give an F. I don't think they care. That should be the
I don't
least of
think- yeah.
anybody's concern of him posting a tiny little blunt on the story. We have bigger issues
like
here.
they're not gonna drug test him right now. Like, whatever.
Honestly,
like,
they shouldn't even. They shouldn't even anyway. So
They shouldn't. Yeah, it's weed.
Yeah.
I mean, they shouldn't.
right. I mean,
But,
like, they care.
also,
Like, see, leagues care about that, but they don't care about other things, and that's where it makes me a little bit upset. That's where it makes me a
Welcome
little bit
to
upset.
this week in Cleveland Brown news.
Keeping up with the Browns. I appreciate the
my
comment.
God.
I appreciate the comment. Did you see the comment that says, now that he's gone, can you talk about the Times article?
Yeah. Yes.
Appreciate that. We appreciate
Yeah.
the respect for our guests. Can we talk about it? Probably. Do I want to? No, not really. I mean, we all saw what it said. We don't need to repeat what it said.
I don't even want to talk about this. Like, I'm so sick of talking about this and
it's-
having nothing come of it.
Football is supposed to be an enjoyable place for fans to connect and celebrate your team, celebrate your city, celebrate success. Clearly, we don't do any of that ever. We never have. So, am I surprised? No, I just think it's another day in the life of the Cleveland fucking Browns. It's another day.
You know, if you haven't read this article,
It's a lot. So,
but you want to know what we're talking about, go do that. It's pretty
it's very graphic. And it's just
honestly
not,
sickening to the point.
Yeah,
we're not gonna.
It just sucks.
It's a lot.
It just sucks. It just sucks because I've put so much time and effort into a team that is literal shit forever. They've always hurt my feelings. Like, there's never been a time where I'm like, yeah, you know what, this is really awesome. Yeah, I don't know. So I put out a tweet. This is not serious, but it kind of is. I post a car image. It was this close to the wall, and I said, this close to putting Bill's Mafia in my bio. Bree, I'm sorry for that one. I was just upset.
Yeah. You know what? It's fine because given the circumstances, I get it. I probably would do the same thing. Had it, been a Patriots thing. Really wasn't happy about the whole Robert Kraft scenario. I know it's not as bad as this, but it's a little relatable. So I get it. And you know, the Bills are a fun team. Whatever.
I'm taking applications. So. If someone can convince me why I should be a fan of their team, I'm open to listening. I'm open to any and all. Like I said that, people are like, well, what about the Ravens? Guys, I cannot be a Ravens fan. I cannot be a Ravens fan.
But hey, the Chargers, there's always room on the Chargers #2 team bandwagon. You can come join me.
Okay, I'll consider. Here's my teams to consider right now. Bills.
Ugh.
Ravens, not really, but I'm a fan by association.
Okay.
Chargers.
I understand that one. Yeah. Hello.
Who else do I like? I kind of like the 49ers.
There's the Bucks too. You can always
the Bucks are fun. I'm going to Tampa this weekend.
Hey, all right. There you go.
So maybe we'll just do a little poll. Why should I be a Bucks fan over a Browns fan? I'm sure I'll get some great answers.
Oh, I'm sure that reply section is going to be something.
That'd make a great video.
It's going to be something else.
I don't know. I made some wild videos this weekend. You'll enjoy them. I asked Orioles fans if they could compliment the Yankees.
Ooh.
And it's a lot
How'd that go?
It's a lot of FUs to them. So
yeah, that sounds about right. Especially right now with them just deciding to be good and consistently good, not like what they usually do, where they're good one set of series and then the next they blow it, and it's just like, ugh, go away.
I also saw Antonio Brown perform live music this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. So how was that?
Okay, so I respect that man for having the confidence to go out there and do that.
To be fair, I think you would have the confidence to literally go out and do anything. So, but hey, good for him, because I could never. I actually could never.
I could never either. So he comes out. So this is how it looks. He comes out and he's on stage rapping. Oh, Tyler Boyd is standing in the back cheering him on. He's from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's behind him cheering him on. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Very AFC North of me. people in the crowd have on his jersey, his Pittsburgh jersey, which was surprising. He was rapping. He was crowd surfing.
Oh my God.
There were enough people for him to jump out there and catch him and throw him back up. And then at the end, he was like signing autographs and taking pictures with people for like a long time. And I kind of respect that.
Wow.
For free.
Okay. I would not have expected that. But this was just like at a club?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Was he any good? No, right?
I mean, I've seen worse.
Hey, okay.
I have seen worse. Like, he could have been way worse. One song absolutely was terrible. I don't remember. That Whole Lot of Money song, that one's trash. Like, I never want to hear that song ever again. Hurts my ears. But the rest were okay. The rest were fine. Like, I was actually like, I wasn't miserable, so.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah, props to him. He said he's not playing in the NFL, so might as well do something.
Who knows with this guy? One day he says he wants to play here. He wants to play in Baltimore. And now that his cousin's not there, does he still want to play in Baltimore? Who knows? He wants to retire as a Steeler, but then he wants to play again.
He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to play as a Steeler. He just wants to retire. They will never let that happen. They are not going to allow that. Who is he to say that?
No, he's
like that. It's just not going to happen. I don't know why he has that idea.
I'm interested to see if he tries to reach out to Brady again and how that goes, because
and say, hey, can you just like run it back with me? And he'll be like, maybe I've thought about it and you kind of embarrassed me.
But like, maybe he thinks because Arians isn't the head coach anymore that like there's a little bit of wiggle room where he could potentially
get a chance to do something
forgiven. Man, if Brady does that and if he takes the bait on this one again, I'm going to start a dialogue on that. But
you know where he should go?
Oh God, I'm scared.
Oh, why? It's just so fitting.
Because I have two places in mind, and neither of them would work out well. It's just for like the actual laughs of the situation. So I'm interested to see if either of these places.
Okay, well, if we want to add laughs to there's nothing to laugh about. To be honest, that was a dumb thing to say. But if we want to add drama, which there's already enough, you might as well just keep going. Like, you've already dug yourself a hole so deep that if you do this, people would be like, honestly, can't even be mad because it's just the least of your concerns. You should go to the Browns.
Yeah.
Full send, just go to Cleveland. Just every bad person you can, put them on the team. You might as well. If you're going to keep them in the league, you might as well put them on one team.
I was going to say the Chiefs because they just rack up not great people.
That would not be good. That would not be good for a lot of people.
Him and Juju on the same team again after that fallout would be pretty interesting, and it would be interesting to see how that happened.
I think I said that. I think I said that like a month ago. Maybe he should go to the Chiefs. Everyone's like, no, he's not going to be able to handle it with Juju. Don't get over it.
I think he'd be able to handle it fine. I don't think Juju would be able to handle it.
Yeah,
again.
I think it would be Juju. He'd probably be annoyed.
Yeah.
He would be annoyed. Like Juju can be annoying, but like
pissed.
Antonio Brown is a different level.
I'd be so pissed if like you finally got out of that situation with
you think you're gonna be number one?
Toxic like coworker and
just bring him back.
They're right back to your new spot. Like, no, screw that. I'd be so upset.
But I think if there's any team that should even try, might as well be the Browns, because what do they have to lose at this point?
Yeah, like in the court of public.
I might need a quarterback, so maybe try Antonio Brown. Who knows?
That's how long is this gonna take with the NFL to do their investigation, if that's really what we want to call it, into this whole thing? Like, what I read in this one article today should be more than enough, and I've seen people try to defend it and say that it's nothing you can
defend. There's nothing you can defend.
How can you defend any of that?
So bad. It is so bad.
Also,
real quick, if you're making jokes about it, like if you are using that as a joke, you're a sick individual. Like, you're a sicko.
Seriously.
I saw someone make a video. They're like, Browns fans like making fun of Big Ben for the past whatever year. And then this woman is like twerking and on screen it says 24 sexual assault case. I'm like, that's not very funny. Like
Yeah.
let's not do that.
That's
So,
no, that's not it at
right,
all.
like,
Also, like I've seen a lot of like the teenager fan base, like they all hide behind.
you know how they are. Yes.
Yeah, like exactly who I'm talking about. Like defending Watson and saying, "Oh well, these women are just in it for the money." Blah blah blah. Like, I don't think you can rally up 24 people to file a suit.
Right.
And they're all lying. I don't think that even the women that have not filed legal like suits against him and whatever, but have experienced these things, like I don't think they're lying too. Like it's a very large number of people that
There's
have
way
shared
too
the
many
same
people to all be lying,
experiences allegedly. Like, come on. Like I understand like you're a fan of the sport and like you're a fan of the guy and he's your new quarterback and whatever, but like at some point, whether you're 16 or 65, like an ounce of decency has to come into the factor here. And it's
like,
gross if you're not doing that.
It's either they better like I don't give an F what they do at all. Like I'm just so over talking about this team. But if you're working for them, they better win a goddamn Super Bowl. Like you better win a Super Bowl within the next 3 years or this is embarrassing. Like you need something out of this.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. I don't know the whole thing.
Not something I like to see, but if we want to move past this into a lighter situation,
a little bit.
A friend of our show, Patrick Queen, submitted a question for us to ask our audience, and I'm gonna be honest, the question is really stupid. It's really bad. It's a dumb question. I'm like, how do you come up with that? The question.
Thanks for participating, Patrick. Your question is dumb.
Well, I said it was ridiculous. He said, ask on the show. I said,
okay.
The question
All right,
is.
So I don't know what this is, so let's hear it.
The question is, would you rather be kidnapped by a clown or an alien? Who comes up with that?
An alien. Easiest question. Easiest answer to probably the strangest question. But yeah, no, 1,000% an alien.
He said,
I'm definitely afraid
clowns
of clowns.
can be killed. Don't know what the aliens are on. Fair. That's a fair statement.
That's a good point.
And there's some factors to it. Like, I feel like if you are, the word abducted would probably be better here. By an alien, I feel like you go, you don't know what happens, and you come back.
Yeah, for all of the people that have claimed to have been abducted, like they said it was like a split-second thing. They don't really remember much. It's a bright light and then a white room.
Some creatures above you, and then you're back.
A clown. I've seen it, and that.
Oh, I hate that.
I want nothing to do with that.
I hate
John
that
Wayne
movie
Gacy
so much.
No, get the hell out of here. Clowns forever can F off. No.
You watched the new It? That movie, the new one? The one they just had?
Yeah. Okay. So I watched the first one because my neighbors who were older than me like forced me into it, and I was the youngest kid in the neighborhood, so like I couldn't say no. Traumatized me, deathly afraid of clowns. And then I decided, hey, one day I'm gonna get over this. So the new It movie came out. I was home alone when I was still living with my parents.
Oh my god.
When he did that, I was home alone watching this by myself with my dog. I screamed so loud, turned on every light in the house, and
literally bit the whole arm off. Bit his arm off.
I want
not even like 3 minutes
nothing
into
to do.
Not even 3 minutes into the movie. We didn't even get like a build up. You know how most scary movies are like chill at first, nothing. Literally straight arm gone. And I said, "This is how it's gonna go." Okay,
this is how it's gonna. And now every time I see the actor that played Pennywise, like that's all I can see. He can win an Oscar in like the best not romantic comedy, but like romantic drama or whatever. And I would be like, nope, that's the scary clown. Something's not right with this guy.
That's the guy that bit the arm off.
Yeah, I'm all good.
My last football thing for you.
Give me an alien.
My last football thing for you. It's Baker Mayfield related. It'll be real quick. I just want to let everybody know the problems we caused with this tweet was awesome. who would you rather have as your quarterback?
Oh yeah.
Derek
people
Carr
were so-
or Baker Mayfield. And it wasn't like I just did it to be an asshole. Because, like the Oklahoma fans were piping up talking. That was the only reason I did
and
it.
worked.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
It worked. And people talked.
It worked. When we do stuff like this, what people need to realize is like we know that it's an absolutely insane opinion or like question to pose. That's the whole point, because
like
the amount of people
Adam
that
Rank
engage
replied
with
to
this, like,
yeah,
that's what we want. We want you people to interact with us. Like this is bait, and you all took it. Every single one of you.
I'm gonna post that picture with my little fish. Okay, Baker Mayfield tweets. Baker Mayfield
posting
tweets
ridiculous
every
takes
time.
on the Unsportsmanlike conduct account. And it works.
But like, shout out to everyone who participated with that. We got like 25 followers from just that one tweet.
Hey, solid.
And most of them were people that were mad, so hopefully they come back.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not the last time we'll say something that'll piss them off. So that's
right. So just another day.
That's great.
Okay, I will give you this time to go full hockey.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with.
I don't know much. I just know the coach is gone.
Yeah, we'll save that for after. We'll cover the good news first. The Colorado Avalanche have swept the Edmonton Oilers and are going to the Stanley Cup final. They are so fun.
They are awesome.
Probably the most exciting hockey team in a decent amount of time. I'm not going to say, in a long time, but probably within the last few years. They're a lot of fun. They're likable. They're fast.
Mm-hmm.
They're just an offensive powerhouse. Like they are very fun, led by a really incredible player who's still, young and is going to be around for a really long time. And then you got Cale Makar, another young guy who's just a freak. He's just a freak. So it's a really exciting time. Sorry to our friends up in the Great White North, another year without a Canadian team in the final with the chance to bring Lord Stanley's Cup back to Canada.
It's just not happening.
Maybe next year. I don't know.
Probably not. But we'll try again.
Probably not. Yeah, but there's always next year. There's the hope that maybe this is going to be the year. Whatever. And then you got the Rangers and the Lightning figuring their, shit out. And what I really want to talk about is the Boston Bruins. And I am a very big Boston Bruins fan, as you guys probably know. And if you don't know, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Things have not been the best the last few years, especially 2019, Game 7 Stanley Cup Final, losing in the way that they did. But they've still been a very good team, winning playoffs appearances for the last 6 years. And, everybody kind of thought like next year was going to be the year that if nothing good comes from it, then maybe like changes will be made. Everybody else in the organization, I guess, didn't think so and decided we're going to fire Bruce Cassidy because that's going to solve all of our problems. To that, I say no. And I have a lot more to say other than no, but it's probably not appropriate. And I don't want to get in trouble by the higher ups. So I'm just going to say no.
Oh, God.
And
okay.
The reason why I say this is because, like this tweet says here from Alex Barth, the Bruins have won 245 games since hiring Bruce Cassidy, which is the third most in the league. In the league, not just in
right.
Bruins history or whatever, like in the league in that time span, which is really impressive considering the amount of teams that have just been insanely good the last few years. The Capitals, the Lightning, the Blues, the year that they won the Cup were very good. And then they made the playoffs all 6 years that he was head coach. What he was doing was working. The reason why it wasn't working to the level that everybody wanted it to is because of the front office, specifically Don Sweeney and Cam Neely. And the reason why Bruce Cassidy got fired is because they are too afraid to fire. Cam's too afraid to fire Sweeney. Sweeney's probably going to get another fucking contract after all of like the blunders he's had the last few years, letting Torrey Krug go with pretty much no fight whatsoever, which in retrospect may have been like an okay decision, but at the time he was your number one, if not like your number two defenseman. Like it was just a stupid thing to do. And then the David Krejci situation kind of not making it a sweeter offer for him to stay, and he ended up going back to where he's from and playing in the Czech league and everything. And now the whole Patrice Bergeron thing, who it seems now the likelihood that he retires is a lot higher than it was 2 days ago. And it's all because the front office decided that and this is their direct quote, changing the voice was going to help the direction that this team is going in. And it's not. Changing at the top is what's going to make this team better, because they draft like shit. They've drafted like shit for the last almost 10 years.
Okay, so I have a question. It's going to be stupid. It's going to be really dumb. My hockey knowledge, again, is zero. When you draft in hockey, are they going to start playing as soon as you draft them, or do we have like a...
Yes and no.
Okay.
You have some players that are good enough to do that, and then you have some players that go down to the farm system, and you know they could maybe be down there for as little as a month and then get bumped up to the big leagues. But like hockey, the way hockey works
not
is like
a base kind of deal.
Right. So the way it works is like these kids, you could have an 18-year-old, 19-year-old like start in the NHL right away.
Yeah.
Because that's just how talented these players can be. Like David Pastrnak, when he was a rookie, I'm trying to think, him and I are the same age. So when he was a rookie, I think he was like 19. Like it happens, and it's really frustrating because it seems like it happens for everybody else. And it happens, it's like a one-off for the Bruins. You look at, there's this one draft in 2015, and it's looked at as one of the worst draft F-ups in a really long time.
Well, you know, it's been there every year. So
the guy who did that is still in charge and just fired the head coach who...
Oh, you know, because that makes sense.
Exactly. Thank you. Like, tell me how any of this makes sense. Like, Bruce Cassidy was the scapegoat for things not going the way that maybe ownership hopes so, maybe the front office hopes so,
right?
The fan base hopes so, but like, it's not his fault. And Don Sweeney had a press conference this morning to like explain, you know, the decision and whatever. And I guess he said, yeah, Bruce didn't take the news well. Oh, really?
Well, would anybody?
No shit, he didn't take the news well. He shouldn't have been fired in the first place. I would be devastated if I got fired from a job that I thought I was doing really well at. Probably
so is this
a lot better.
This man will get a job somewhere.
Oh, he should get a job like as soon as humanly possible, because he is a very good head coach. There's a lot of teams in need. I saw right away yesterday floating around the Blackhawks are probably a really logical destination. He played there.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And they, you know, they're dealing with their own kind of bounce back in the court of public opinion, and they need a new coach and whatever. But man, the Bruins, it's looking like this is going to be a rebuild year, and it looks like Bergeron's gonna be gone, because like the way, just like the trajectory of this is, it's not going to be good. I don't see a future in which this ends well, and that sucks, because like Boston fans like love their Bruins, and hockey is better when the Bruins are good, and it's like, I don't know. 100%. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know much about hockey, but that's the only stuff that I know. So now that I'm shopping fan bases, like I could be a Blue Jackets. I really need to. I promise by this time next year, I'm going to have hockey knowledge. I'm going to know what's going on. I'm going to get it together, and then I will know some stuff. Now I'm shopping fan bases. Should I just go Blue Jackets?
They can be like your, like your startup team,
I've been to 2 games,
Just
but
to,
I
like-
just didn't really watch.
just to get like the basics under your belt
Okay.
and stuff. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend it unless
Can't do Penguins.
they get back to how they were a couple years ago. No, I wouldn't.
Cannot do
I
that one.
wouldn't.
Not
Especially
going
now that
one.
the
That's
Red Sox
way too
ownership
far.
owns them. Like, I would not do that to you.
Way too far.
Trying to think. The Red Wings.
I'm trying to go, like,
kind of in your area.
Proximity. Yeah, but aren't they bad?
Like,
I'm already okay. So hear me out, though. I'm already a Cleveland sports fan. Why add Detroit?
yeah, that's true. Trying to think of
Maybe.
who else is close to you. Philly.
Like the
I don't
I
know.
like
That's- I
their
guess-
looks. I like their logo.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Ooh.
No. I know.
Not great.
I know. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess the Blue Jackets.
Gotta go Blue
kinda all you
Jackets.
got.
I have a shirt that counts.
I mean,
We'll work
they
on
were
it.
really good a couple years ago. It could
Right.
happen. They could bounce
Mm.
back.
We'll see.
I don't know. But that's my Bruins rant. Don Sweeney and Cam Neely can go scratch. Like, I'm fed up. Yeah, and Bruce Cassidy, like, you rock. Sorry, dude. Whatever team you land with is, like, extremely lucky because
Yep.
I don't know.
Baseball. We'll do a
annoying.
quick little baseball roundup.
Mm-hmm.
You got any updates for me?
Where should we start? The Yankees are really good, and it really sucks.
See, out of all the teams that should be good, that's the one that I don't want to be good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm right there with you. But, like, yeah, like you said, they should
They're
be good
good.
because they're paying to be good.
a lot of
Like,
money.
ugh,
So my baseball team is
fucking annoying.
29th, very bottom. We had the broke
okay.
team battle of the broke teams. I attended that over the weekend. The bottom 2 payroll teams, and honestly, that was the best ballpark I've ever been to in my life. It was awesome.
So I've never been to Camden, but
it was awesome.
everybody I know that has, everybody says the same exact thing. So it's on my list of, like, to go
It was-
ASAP.
It was so good. Food good, everything good. The fans were so nice. Oh my god, like, this is the part that really stood out to me. The women there were very kind. Like, they just kept complimenting us, coming up to us, talking to. I'm like, I have never experienced anything like this.
See,
Yeah, it
okay,
was
I love
awesome.
that because nothing
Yeah.
makes your skin crawl more than, like, feeling unwelcomed by the fellow women at
They were
events
very
and
nice.
places. Like,
yeah, not
that's
even just
awesome.
at the game,
I
just
love to hear
everywhere
that.
in Baltimore. Everywhere in Baltimore that we went, they were very, very, very kind.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. It's really nice.
That's so cool.
But we had hot dogs with, like, Old Bay and then crab on it. It was fire. We had oysters at the game. Everyone was, like, freaking out. Ooh, you can't believe you got oysters at the game. I mean, what?
Okay, so I saw that on your Instagram story and I was like, oh, maybe that's a questionable decision. But yeah, you're here, you're alive, so
You're in Maryland. I mean, they have oysters everywhere. It was a nice
Yeah,
little,
that's true.
like,
I don't know.
setup place. Looked fine to me. I mean, I've had them at their tailgates before, like Ravens tailgate. They were really good. So I'm like, might as well
Yeah.
try them here. And they were good oysters. So we had honey Old Bay wings, fries with
Ooh.
crab chunks on it. Like, everything was good. And the drinks were really good. I don't know what this thing was. It was like a cup like this big, literally like this big. And it had some kind of orange juice in it, maybe vodka, maybe something else. I don't know. We bought 2 of those wings and fries, and the total was $37.
Okay, so I went to the Red Sox Angels game last night and, like, we ended up sitting in the right field section. They added a brewery, or I don't know, it could have been there for forever. I've only been, the last time I was at Angel Stadium was like 4 years ago and I don't remember it being there. But there's a brewery there. It's like a sit down place. You can sit down on the deck in right field and watch the game. So we sat, we had garlic truffle fries and a hot pretzel.
Oh, wow, fire.
The bowl of fries was like
now
this big. The pretzel was
you sold
huge.
me with that.
And it $20. Like, all right. I love
That's
affordable
awesome. That is awesome.
stadiums, everything. Everybody in Boston needs to take note, especially Red Sox ownership. I should not be
Cleveland,
paying
how the heck can they
$17 for a
charge
hot
this?
dog.
Sorry about the sun. Also, guys, my blind's open. Someone hold my hand up like this.
We're almost done.
Cleveland, Ohio, you should not be charging that much for anything. If anything, you should give it to us for free.
They need to make money. They need to make money so they can pay their players.
You know that they have the 5th richest owner, Jesus, in all of sports.
I know.
Mr. Paul Dolan, spend the money. Maybe we wouldn't have 3 errors at first base in the last 5 minutes.
Hey,
Who's
she's
to say?
spitting facts. What else? Yeah, and speaking of the Angels, Joe Madden got fired today after a 12-game losing streak, I believe it is, which is not great, but like I don't know.
Right.
I didn't expect them to fire their manager. So
Yeah, me either. But then Philly
pretty
did too,
interesting.
and that was kind of fire for them. Like they really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, Joe Girardi sucks.
It's a
anyway,
psychopath. Yeah. Also, even though I'm insulting the Guardians, they have a chance, and mind you, they are in the worst division of all of baseball. Like it's been the worst for a very, very long time. They have a chance to move into first place this month, and they might do it.
Hell yeah. Love
but
that.
I want them to be good. Okay, see, this is where it's conflicting. I want them to be good because that's my team, but also screw them for thinking that this can work with this mediocre. I don't know. Our division's bad. Like if we were in any other division, we would be in like last place.
This is what I meant by like that love-hate relationship.
Like I love them, but like they piss me off. Like if they were in your division, they would probably be 4th or like last. So
yeah, and if the Red Sox were in your division, they'd probably be in first. Like
they'd be in first with the Twins. So yeah, just really.
Also, congrats to the Boston Red Sox, a game over 500. Finally, let's see if we can keep this momentum going. Seems like the Angels are having a very quick fall from grace right now. Let's see what can happen. I think they're only like 3.5 games out from a playoff spot right now, which I know is crazy to talk about at the beginning of June, but like the All-Star break is coming a lot quicker than you think, and that's when it really starts to matter. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
And then that's all I got too. That hockey rant, I'm tired now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired too. I've seen what I needed to see today, and I don't want to see any more. So, yeah, with that being said, guys, do our free contest. We'll tweet about it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll post it. You'll see it. Play against us. Try to beat us. Bree will probably win some more money.
That'd be great.
And then we'll see you guys on Tuesday.
And that's it. Let's hope. How many games are there between then and now? 3?
Probably, yeah. 2, 3. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday, Monday? Let's hope. Let's hope by then we have an NBA champion. Preferably the Boston Celtics. But we'll see.
We will see.
Yeah. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.